to save more money, have fun in the process, and honor God as you do so? Then you're in the right place, because today I'm going to give you 9 money saving challenges that I would actually do, because there's a ton of them out there and some of them are a little weird and really complicated, but these ones are pretty cool. They're ones I would actually try, and I think they're ones that might motivate you to save a little bit more money if you're up for the challenge. These 9 challenges are fun, creative, and actually doable. And I think a lot of us are more motivated to want to save some money if we're kind of like competing with ourselves or against someone else, or doing some sort of a challenge that we know we can overcome. As I film this, summer is just kicking off, and oftentimes we are ready to get our finances in order at the new year, but by around June or July, we might find that we've sort of fallen off the wagon of our financial focus and our goals. So the summer is a great time to try one of these challenges and get yourself back on track. If you've got some extra money in your budget and you know you could be saving more, but you just need something to spur you on to do it, consider trying one of these challenges. Let's get into it. Let's kick it off with the first one, and that's the birthday challenge. Anytime you send a birthday text to a friend, family member, coworker, you get to decide how you want to do this. Or maybe it's a birthday phone call. I mean, that's great too. You're going to set aside a predetermined amount of money. Now, you can decide that that's always going to be $10. You can get a little more creative and decide to set aside the amount of money that is for the age that that person is turning, or maybe the year that that person was born. You get to play with it, as with all these challenges, and make it your own. But I love this one because 1, it helps you remember to send people those birthday texts, and 2, it gives you a fun way to set aside a little bit of money all throughout the year so that you can see how much you're able to save. And maybe you'll even be motivated to be wishing a lot more people happy birthday, and you'll just be a better friend. I really like this one because you're blessing others by remembering them on their special day. You're blessing yourself by saving up more money. You're being a good steward of what God has given you. You're making saving something fun that you're building right into your life and your relationships too. The next challenge is one that people do all the time, and that is a no spend challenge. Now, this can be done again according to whatever parameters you want to set. Maybe you're doing a no spend week, or a no spend year, a no spend summer, a no spend month, whatever it is. During this no spend, you get to set the parameters on what you're going to not spend on. Most people will only spend on needs, and they will just set aside all of the wants that they would normally purchase during that time period. So if we're doing a month, you just buy the stuff that you need, you pay your bills, you get your food, gas for your car, whatever it may be. But then all the money that you would have normally budgeted in to go to the coffee shop, go out to dinner, do other fun, entertaining things, or buy yourself some clothes, that money you're gonna take and you're going to set aside in a savings account. No spend challenges are a great way to build some financial discipline back into your budgeting routine. Let us know down in the comments if you've ever successfully done a no spend challenge, how it went for you, and maybe you'll give us some motivation and encouragement to try something new and save more money. This next one could be a great one to try over the summer. It's the free entertainment challenge. Now, I actually made a video recently about free and cheap things that you can do to save money and still have fun. I will link the card for that up here. Challenge yourself. Could you go a whole month, or maybe even the whole summer, just doing free activities to have fun? There are so many more of them out there than we realize. Whether it's game nights in, community events, free concerts. This can be a creative way to have some fun, cut costs big time, and enjoy time with the people that you love, and also spur them on to want to save money too. This would be a really fun challenge to do with a group of friends or family members. This next challenge is a great one for long-term savings goals, and that is the 1% retirement challenge. Saving for retirement is so wise, and doing it early, often, consistently, and giving yourself lots of time is really how you win big when it comes to retirement savings. But sometimes that amount that we're setting aside every month, or that amount that's being taken out of our paycheck, can seem a bit high. So I would encourage you, if you have a 401k or an individual retirement account that you are having money drafted out of your paycheck, or you're giving a portion from your check automated every month, see if you can increase that by just 1% of your income. That tiny little amount will often not be that hard for you to adjust your budget to. And then just wait for a little while and see how that affects your budget overall. If that 1% didn't hurt too much, maybe in a month, 3 months, 6 months, you get to decide, up it by just another 1%, and then give yourself some time to adjust there. Continue doing that over the course of months or years, and you will gradually be building yourself up to a nice chunk of consistent retirement savings that will be growing with that beautiful compound interest. Oftentimes we can hear people say things like, your goal is you need to be giving 15% to your retirement accounts, and that can feel like a huge chunk of the money that we have to work with. But if you just creep it up 1% at a time, it's much, much easier to get to that goal without it being quite as painful. So consider giving that one a try if retirement savings is something you want to work toward. And remember Proverbs 13:11. Wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. This next challenge is called the Add a Dollar Challenge. And I think this one probably works best if you start at the beginning of the year, but it doesn't mean you can't start it anytime. Essentially, week 1 of the challenge, you save $1. Week 2 of the challenge, you save $2, on and on. That little tiny amount is easy, kind of like with the 1% retirement challenge, you just kind of easily creep up over time. You can do this for as long or as short as you want to. If you started this, say, the first week of January, by the end of the year, you would have almost $1,400 saved up. I mean, that could take care of a lot of your Christmas right there. Stewardship isn't just about what we have, it's how we manage it over time, and little by little, things can add up in a big way. Now, this next one is called the Money Match Challenge, and it sounded like a challenging but fun way to go about your shopping. Basically, anytime you buy something that is a want, like that pair of shoes or that dinner out, you match that amount of money in your savings. Yes, granted, you're going to need to have some extra money to save in order to do this challenge, in order to do most of these challenges. But this particular one can really help you think before you make that initial purchase. This one could even result in you just, maybe you don't save as much money, but maybe you don't spend as much on the more frivolous stuff too. If you want to be really disciplined, you can say, I want that pair of shoes. They're $100, but that means I need to also save $100. Do I really want those shoes? Maybe I'll split the difference and just save $50. There's a lot of ways that this one could help you with buying decisions and really thinking through buying decisions, but also making sure that you're saving a lot too. Okay, this next one is either called the Water Challenge or the No Beverages Challenge. Essentially, for a period of time that you get to determine, you're only going to be drinking and buying water. So avoiding alcohol, those coffee shop visits, the vending machine, whatever it might be. During this period of time, you're going to take whatever money you would have normally been spending on all of those little beverages, and you're going to add that up and tuck that away in savings. This could be a good one to do even just randomly for a week here and there, particularly if we find ourselves getting kind of dependent on some of these beverages that might become a bit of a crutch. I could definitely relate to that with coffee. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but often our money leaks start small and they kind of dribble out little by little. And this can be one of those areas that you can really kind of plug up that leak, and it can be very eye-opening to see how much you actually spend on these things. You could also apply this more broadly, even just to your grocery shopping. I made a video on grocery saving tips. I will link that here. And one of the tips was not buying all the beverages. You don't need to have 50 options for beverages in your house. You can keep it really simple, and you often find that can be a big way to cut back on grocery spending. This next one is just kind of a fun one that I thought might be neat to try. Depending on where you live, it could really have you saving a lot of money, particularly if you live where I do. In the summer, it can get pretty warm. Maybe depending on how you do this challenge, you might want to go with low temps versus high temps, but essentially you just pick a day every week, and whatever the high temp is on that day, you set that amount of money into a savings account. Or maybe you do the low temp. I don't know. You get to choose what works best for you and your budget. Just don't do any negative temps. It's definitely random. It's just kind of fun, but it's a neat way to build consistency, and you kind of never quite know how much you're going to be saving. It's one that I could see myself doing just for fun, just to see if I could save a little bit more. So I thought I'd share it. This last one is called the Roll the Die Challenge, and you are going to roll a die. Now you could do one 6-sided die, you could do a 20-sided, you could do multiple. You're going to roll that every day or once a week, a couple times a week, a couple times a month. You get to choose. Again, these are all very adaptable. You're supposed to make them fun and challenge yourself to save. Whatever you roll, that's what you save that day. You take that money and you transfer it from your one account into your savings account, or you set that cash and you stick it in an envelope. However you want to save, you get to decide what works for your budget. However you want to do it, this might be a way to add a little bit of margin into your savings to have some fun. This is a really fun one that you could do together as a couple or do with a friend. Hopefully you would have fun and build a habit of saving along the way. So let me know in the comments, have you ever done a money saving challenge? Do any of these sound like something you'd want to try? Maybe even share this video with a friend or your spouse, someone that you'd like to invite to join you in on one of these challenges. And if you want to talk more about storing money to the glory of God, click over into this playlist and I will see you over there. Thanks so much for watching.